Join BJ Kissel, Kent Swanson, and Marlia Campbell for the top moments, the updates you need to know, and the best analysis you can find from the entire KC Sports Network crew. Entertain, educate, inform. KCSN. Hit that subscribe button.
What's up, Chiefs Kingdom? Welcome to the KCSN halftime show. I'm BJ Kissel. That is Kent Swanson. We're coming to you from the Kingdom Bar and Grille out in Overland Park, Kansas. We've got a little private party out here in case you hear some noise in the background. We did not have to watch the game by ourselves. Hopefully you out there are not watching the game by yourself. And Kent, there's a lot to talk about with this first half. 14-14, Harrison Butker misses the 50-yard field goal to end the first half. Not the stretch or sequence of events we wanted to finish out the first half with the touchdown from the Bills and then with that missed field goal right there.
Yeah, it was a 10-point swing, and I said, I think I might even tweet this out. This is the most important 2 minutes of the game because, the management on defense trying to just hold the Bills to potentially a field goal so the Chiefs can get the ball back in the second half. But they get the ball, they drive down, they get in the field goal range to at least, have the chance to turn it into a two-possession game before the Bills even touch the football again, and they kind of botch it. So this is pretty big. It magnifies, I think, the opening drive of the second half a little bit more. Yep. But there's a lot to unpack from that first half for sure.
Yeah, let's start where you like to always start, and that's with number 15, Patrick Mahomes, 13 of 19 for 114 yards and a touchdown. But the story of this game, 3 carries, 49 yards with his scrambling ability with a long of 34 yards, and then he had the 1 touchdown diving into the pylon in the corner. Yeah,
all 3 of those runs were on the opening drive, and that was a big response from the Chiefs because, the Bills went down opening script, 2 fourth down conversions to go 13 plays. 71 yards, I believe, just down the field, 2 fourth down conversions, big opening drive. Mahomes goes out, doesn't really do it with the pass. He uses his legs to extend the entirety of that drive. That was massive, a great play and a lot of great plays, great feel in the pocket from him. He was so locked in from the beginning of the game, and he's going to need to be locked in for the next 30.
Yeah, this is definitely one of those. It feels like right now who's going to blink first.
Yeah.
And it felt like the Chiefs were going to be able to steal that extra possession by holding him going down, getting the field goal, and then getting the ball to start the second half and try to make it a 2-possession game. Didn't happen. The one thing that stood out to me so far, which is why I have confidence right now, and the fact that Tyrann Mathieu is out is not great for the Chiefs defense. Hopefully they can make, and we always say make adjustments at halftime. Whoever's taking that role will understand, and hopefully Tyrann, at least on the sideline or I don't know all the rules, can help in some way, whether it's Thornhill, whether it's Sorensen taking some of those snaps or some of that responsibility that Tyrann always had. But the one thing about this so far, I think the Chiefs are the more physical team.
Yeah.
When you look at the Nick Bolton play, you see Jerick McKinnon lowering his shoulder and running through guys. You see guys up front, Clyde Edwards-Helaire in the red zone, lowering his shoulder and kind of taking it to the Bills. Hopefully we see that start to translate late into the third, early in the fourth quarter. Those hits and all of that stuff starts to kind of add up for a little bit and benefits the Chiefs so they can pull away in the second half.
Yeah, the only time I think the Bills have kind of been out physicaling the Chiefs, I think, are the QB runs. Like I think Josh Allen matching up against some of the second level, third levels of the Bills or the Chiefs defense has been kind of a mismatch, and you'd like to see a little bit better effort there. But yeah, largely, I think overall, if you look at the body of work, most of this, the Chiefs have been about that life for the most part, and that's a good sign. You hope they just continue to fight, continue to push. Man, you really wish that they'd kicked it. I'm just kicking myself over the missed points there. You just hope that doesn't come back to hurt them later.
Yeah, but in fairness, you bring up the point, and this isn't I got that, but Josh Allen's going to be a mismatch for almost every defensive back in the league. That's just he's 6'4", 240, whatever he is. He's going to be bigger than the guys trying to tackle him once he gets past that second level. But Josh Allen, talk about what he's done in the first half. 15 of 18 for 113 yards and a touchdown. And on the ground, 5 carries for 45 yards. And it feels like anytime it's midfield, it's 3rd and 1, that we saw it on the 4th down, they're going to put the ball in his hands and let him run the football. Anytime they're at midfield and it's 3rd and short, you're going to have to stop him twice.
Yeah.
We saw it already. They're going to go for it on 4th down when they get to midfield, which is why I think you look at like the Nick Bolton play, where he came up and made the negative. They were going for it, and it was 3rd and 2, and then they lose 3 yards and have to punt because it's 4th and 5, which means that play, if you're looking at plays that made a difference, that play is one of the ones where the Chiefs, because they haven't stopped the Buffalo really either, it's one of those plays we could be talking about at the end of this game.
Absolutely. They gave them a little bit of buffer because then, they turn around, they go down and score. They get that 14-7 lead. They create that buffer, hopefully that you're going to be able to extend in the second half. They weren't able to do it, obviously. But the funny thing about Josh Allen in the QB run game, it wasn't just the fourth downs or the third downs. It was all situational football because they were even using Josh Allen in the run game in that 2-minute drill.
Yeah.
I mean, they got 2 big chunk plays back-to-back on back-to-back runs. In that situation there, that kind of helped lead to the, short, the kind of the situation that allowed them to score that touchdown on the pass was set up by Josh Allen runs, getting them closer to the area that they needed to be in. So, I think you're going to see the Bills kind of ride or die with Josh Allen's legs a little bit. I think they're going to give him the football a lot here in the second half.
Yeah, and this is, again, we've seen it so far. This is who's going to blink first, and it's going to be turnovers. Like, it comes down to every game. It's like who's going to convert on third down, trying to not have third and shorts because you're going to have to stop them twice.
Yeah.
You get 3rd and 5, and then try to get a stop. And we had a couple of those, a nice little play design on the zone in front of Mike Hughes to Stephon Diggs, and what I thought was one of the bigger. I looked at you and I was like, this is one of the biggest plays of the first half right here, and they picked up first down and driving down the field. So it's going to be interesting. What are you looking for in the second half from the Chiefs defense? To me, it's continue sending pressure. I don't care if he beats you a couple of times. Send pressure. Try to get his feet moving and uncomfortable so he doesn't step into the throws and feel comfortable back in the pocket.
Yeah, I think it's getting pressure. I don't know if that's bringing the, adding to the math on the pass rush or just if Chris Jones goes out and takes over a little bit here. Would like to be nice to see, some interior pressure here. I think the Chiefs did a decent job getting home with 4 a couple times, but yeah, they're going to have to speed him up from time to time, mix things up. Just really, I think just keeping him off their toes. Got to have a better solution for the QB run game, I think, this second half as well.
Cool. Looking at the stats from the Chiefs offense and the skill position guys, Tyreek Hill leading the team, 4 receptions for 41 yards. Travis Kelce, 3 receptions, 34. And then Byron Pringle had 3 catches for 19 yards and the huge touchdown reception, which is great to see. That's what you need to see from those guys when they're one-on-one coverage. They beat their guy, go up and make a play. It's exactly what you want to see from Byron Pringle. And we talked about it before this week. We talked about 21 questions. That those are the plays that you thought Josh Gordon was going to be in there at this point. Didn't take advantage during the regular season. Byron Pringle made plays like that, goes up, makes a huge play in this game, and one of those, not a gimme.
Yeah, it was one of those massive
play.
out-of-structure plays, too, because Mahomes had to extend the play, had to create, and he had trust. He played with freedom. He played with trust in Byron Pringle, kind of working, the back line a little bit of that play, working over across the field, and he made a great play. The Chiefs desperately needed it, obviously, because, they're in the dogfight. They're in a 14-14 football game. And, this is they're going to need Byron Pringle. They're going to need McCole Hardman. They're going to need one of these guys to come up and make another big play before this game's over.
Yeah, for me, if the Chiefs don't turn the ball over in the second half, they're going to win.
Yes, 100%.
That's the easiest way to think about this. Whoever turns it over in the second half is going to win. If neither team turns it over, who has the ball last?
Yeah, well, I think that's astute observation. That's been the story of the Chiefs a lot this year. The red zone turnovers period, the plus territory turnovers. Like when this team doesn't turn the ball over, good things happen. And I think this first drive to open the game or open the second half it's huge. The Chiefs need to go down and get 7. They need to go down and get 7, set the tone, put the pressure on the Bills. They could put a lot of pressure on the Bills if Harrison Butker had made that field goal. But hey, neither here nor there. They got to keep pushing.
Yeah, they've overcome a lot worse than a missed field goal at the end of the first half, and hopefully it doesn't come back. But to your point, 3 and out is the only thing that's going to make me kind of worried. We see him coming out here, getting ready for the second half to begin. Again, we appreciate all of you for spending part of your halftime with us. You get your refreshments, grab some food, whatever you got, wherever you're at watching the game. We're, again, at the Kingdom Bar and Grille out in Overland Park, 127th and Antioch. Have a little private party going on right now. Hopefully it's open next week for the AFC title game, which will also be at Arrowhead Stadium. With the Cincinnati Bengals taking care of business yesterday. They will go on the road and they will face either the Chiefs or the Bills are going to be hosting the AFC title game. So there's a lot riding on this game for Buffalo as well.
Absolutely. And this is, I said it last week, I think this is the AFC championship. I still believe that. I believe that more firmly than I did back then. And, the Bengals, whatever. I think the winner of this game is going to the Super Bowl. That's how strongly I feel about both of these teams. I think we're in for something special. I think this has been a very good game so far. I think you're in for something special in the second half, Kansas City. And Patrick Mahomes has not let you down a lot in his time in Kansas City. So.
And we will say this, we tease a lot of things, but should and when the Chiefs win this game, I promise you are going to want to come and tune into the post-game show. We may be giving away some fun stuff. We may have some special announcements. So Chiefs going to the AFC title, they're hosting the game at Arrowhead Stadium. You're going to want to come here and spend part of your post-game with us, and we will break it all down. We'll be joined by Matt Lane and Craig Stout. Marlia Campbell is going to join us. Maybe we'll have some other special guests that join us out from Arrowhead. Who knows? Who knows what we may have up our sleeves?
You never know. You never know with KC Sports Network. That's one thing I've learned in 10 months of doing this with you, buddy.
Always keeping guessing. Always keeping everybody guessing. But for Tucker Franklin behind the screen here, for Scott Ward, for Kent, for myself, BJ Kissel, we appreciate you guys for tuning in. We will be back after the game. Again, we are out at the Kingdom Bar and Grille in Overland Park. Hopefully we open next week. Everybody come hang out. We will not be here because we will be in Las Vegas, but we will have representation here, and then obviously get to the Super Bowl. We are going to throw the biggest fucking Super Bowl party you have ever seen, and it's going to be right here at the Kingdom Bar and Grille. Yeah, I said fucking Tucker. Deal with it. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you guys after the game. Enjoy it.